Everybody, and welcome to another episode of Rob's World of Boxing. Let's get it. All right. I want to get into this fight night recap video. The fight night, April 30th, 2022, last night. The first card I want to get into is the Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor card, which came on the Zone. I want to say around 4 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah. I'm going to get into their undercard first. Let's start off with their undercard. Well, co-main, because their undercard was okay, but it wasn't the best. So I'm going to just start off with the co-main. All right, their co-main. It was a welterweight, a contest at welterweight. Welterweight is 147 pounds, if you didn't know. It was a 12-round contest between Liam Smith and Jesse Vargas. Liam Smith, he was 42-6 with 18 KOs. Jesse Vargas was 29-3 with 11 KOs. All right. Before the fight, I didn't have much expectations for this fight. I feel like both of these fighters were on the back end of their careers, and both of the fighters were average. You know, to me, pretty average fighters, and at the peak of their career. So yeah, I didn't have any expectations on this fight. It was okay. In my mind, I thought it was gonna be okay. And actually watching the fight, it wasn't nothing to write home about. Vargas was taking a beating throughout the fight, man. Smith had a cut above his left eye, which caused blood to be everywhere in the ring, on Vargas' shorts, on his shorts. It was everywhere. It looked like a massacre in that motherfucker. But yeah, but he was winning the fight. He was beating the hell out of Vargas with the cut and all. The ref ended up stopping the fight in the 10th round after he seen enough of Smith putting a beating on Vargas. Yeah, which gave him the TKO win in the 10th round. So Liam Smith won by a 10th round TKO versus Jesse Vargas, improving his record to Liam Smith's record to 43-6, and Jesse Vargas' record dropping to 29-4. I feel like Jesse Vargas maybe should retire after this fight. He said he would. And I feel like that's the best decision for you, man. Yeah, he's never been the best. He's never been a world beater, but I've seen his talents diminish over the years, and he hasn't won a fight in a while, man. It might be time to hang it up, Jesse. But yeah, and especially after you come off of a 2-year layoff. See, when you lay off as long as you laid off, and then you come back and you lose, now everybody talking about retirement. That's why I encourage fighters to be more active. Just fight. It don't matter if you win or if you lose, man. Just fight. But yeah, man, the inactivity and the recent losing, I think it's time to hang it up. But yeah, let's get into the main event. Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. Ooh, man, oh man, it was going down. People, I ain't gonna lie to you. It went down. This was a hell of a fight. It was at Madison Square Garden. A 10-round contest. If you didn't know, women, they 10 rounds, and then they do the 2-minute rounds. This was a 10-round, 2-minute fight. And at 135 pounds is lightweight. If you didn't know. Like I said, it was between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Katie Taylor was 20-0 with 6 KOs, and Amanda Serrano was 42-1 with 1 draw and 30 KOs. Man, this was a good fight. It did not disappoint at all. They helped out women boxing significantly, in my opinion. yeah, let's get right into it. This was basically Ireland versus Puerto Rico, man. If you seen the atmosphere was electric. You barely can hear the referee barely can hear the bell after each round. That's how loud it was in the venue. Man, it was basically a UK atmosphere brought to New York. They were singing Sweet Caroline, everything. It was going down, man. It was going down. But yeah, man. Enough about the atmosphere. Let's get to the fight. The first round was basically a fill out round. Both fighters feeling, what each other got, feeling each other's power. I feel like Amanda showed Katie like, hey, you feel that power right there, huh? Yeah, I got a little something more for you too. She showed her power early, and Katie started getting on that bike after she felt Amanda's power. But yeah, Amanda, she looking real comfortable in there. She had her Jordan 11s on, man. The low tops, the orange and white tanks. I was like, what the fuck she got on? I ain't never seen that in my life. But yeah, she was real comfortable in the ring, and it showed. She was loose in there. She was, when you're comfortable, your power, you naturally have more power because you're more loose in there. But she was, yeah, man, her power was showing, and Katie felt it, as I said. Yeah, but anyway, Amanda Serrano, she was pressing the action all night, pressing the action, trying to hunt Katie Taylor down, but Katie was landing more counter punches, and she was landing them cleanly too. She was landing some clean shit, in my opinion. That's what I saw. I seen Amanda pressing the action, and Katie landing the more cleaner punches. But the announcers, if you listen to our announcers, you would never think that. They were saying basically that Amanda was dictating the whole fight and all. You know how they be. But yeah, after 3, I had a 2-1 for Katie. In between rounds, Katie Taylor, she was standing up. She would not take a seat. I didn't know why, but you could tell she was exhausted. I'm like, why don't you take a seat if you're so tired? But she would not do it. Yeah. But Katie Taylor almost got dropped in the 5th round. She looked sleepy as hell, getting hit with heavy shit, man. Amanda Serrano got heavy hands. She was getting hit with some heavy shit. But yeah, man. Katie Taylor did a good job of recovering from that from that turmoil. I'll look for another word, but shit. From that turmoil. Yeah, and after 6, man, I had it 3-3. Even fight, in my opinion. And I feel like after 7, Katie won the 7th round. It was 4-3. And after 8, Katie won the 8th round. It was 5-3. And in my opinion, going in the 9th and the 10th rounds, the championship rounds, I feel like Amanda Serrano needed a knockout to win the fight, man. And she didn't accomplish the knockout. Yeah, man. So she didn't win the fight, man. The judges had it 96-94 for one judge had it 96-94 for Serrano. Another judge had it 97-93 for Katie Taylor, and the final judge had it 96-93 for your winner by split decision, Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor advances to 21-0 with 6 KOs, and Amanda Serrano drops to 42-2 with 1 draw. But bro, it was nothing to be ashamed about. Both ladies put on for women boxing, man. It was a hell of a fight. One of the best women boxing matches I didn't seen in my lifetime. Both fighters did what they had to do, man. Nobody should hang their head, man. Women boxing need more fights like this. I feel like they should do it again. It was a lot of controversy on who really won. I feel like Katie Taylor won without a question, but a lot of people saying Amanda Serrano won. And man, so questioning so much, do that shit again. And put on for women boxing, man. But yeah. Nonetheless, it was a smooth card from DAZN. Like I said, DAZN cards, they don't be too overwhelming. This was no exception. But yeah, It was what it was. The main event was amazing. But yeah, let's get into the ESPN Plus card. My favorite fucking fighter in the world today, Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. Let's get into their card. All right. Let's talk about the undercard first. On the undercard, we had a lot of undefeated prospects, and let's get into them. I'm gonna start off with a 4-round contest. It was a junior welterweight, 140 pounds. If you didn't know, it was between Jalen Phillips and Antoine Cobbs. Jalen Phillips was 1-2 with 1 KO. Antoine Cobbs was 1-0 with 1 KO. Cobb's trainer is Stitch Duran, or Cut Man. I'm sorry about that. Cobb's Cut Man is Stitch Duran. Cobb got cut in the 3rd round under his left eye. Cobbs, man, he was in there looking real exhausted, man. He was tired by the 3rd round. Getting caught with some shit because of fatigue. And when the fight was over, I had to fight 3-1, in my opinion, just from judging the fight. But they actually end up calling the fight a draw. I feel like they robbed the fuck out of Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips was doing what he had to do. He was beating the hell out of Cobbs all night. But yeah, man, they robbed him, man. They ended up calling the fight a draw. One judge had it 39-37, and the other 2 judges having it 38-38. A majority decision draw. So yeah, man, both fighters got a draw on their record now. All right, let's get into the next fight on their card. It was another 4-round contest at lightweight. Lightweight is 135 pounds. If you didn't know, it was between Abdullah Mason and Luciano Ramos. Abdullah Mason was 1-0 with 1 KO. He's 18 years of age. Luciano Ramos, sorry about that, was 1-2. Abdullah Mason's long as hell in there, man. He's very long and rangy for the weight, 135 pounds. He uses his jab good, and he uses his range good. He's a great looking prospect, man. He looks amazing. Tony Weeks actually stopped this fight after the 1st round. Ramos was getting a beating, man. He was getting a beating. So yeah, Tony Weeks stopped it, giving Abdullah Mason a 1st round TKO against Luciano Ramos, who was actually a MMA fighter. That's his main profession. He came over here, you know, get his feet wet in boxing, and got his ass beat. Man, go back to you MMA ASAP. Yeah, man, after the fight, I guess he let some of that MMA shit come out. He got bad. He pushed Abdullah Mason. He got hella bad. He shoved. He was like, man, I lost the fight, man. Fuck you. And man, he was finna get his ass beat again. I don't know why he did that. That was the most head. Them was the most hands he landed on Abdullah Mason all night. The 2 hands from the push. But yeah, man. Nonetheless, man, it was a good showing for Abdullah Mason, man. He's the truth, man. 135 pounds, man. You got some dogs at that weight. God damn. They are nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right. Let's get to the next fight on the card. I think this was an 8-round fight. I ain't even write it down. I'm tripping. But I think it was an 8-round contest between Andres Cortez, who was 16-0 with 9 KOs, and Alexis Del Bostic, who was 18-5 with 1 draw and 9 KOs. Cortez dropped Del Bostic in the 4th round with a nice liver shot. Set him on the couch. After that, in the 6th round, Cortez finished off Del Bostic with a 4-punch combo, a jab, right straight hand combo. He did it a couple times in a row, which resulted in a 4-piece to go. Del Bostic was over after he got hit with the 4th, man. After he got hit with the second punch in the 4-punch combination, he was out on his feet. Yeah, man, but nonetheless, man, Andres Cortez, man, he looked good, man. He a solid looking prospect. I feel like I need to see a little more, man. But he's solid, man. I seen him. He is in there. He did what he had to do to get the win, and he got some power on him, man. He improves to 17-0 with 10 KOs. His opponent drops to 18-6 with 1 draw. All right. Good job, Andres Cortez. Let's get into the next fight on the card. It was a 6-round contest at middleweight. Middleweight is 160 pounds, if you didn't know. It's between Troy Isley and his opponent, Hannah. I didn't write down that man's first name, so we're going to call that boy Hannah. All right. Troy Isley was 4-0 with 2 KOs, and Hannah was, yeah. I ain't even draw this record down, man. I did Hannah Scandalous in this video. My fault, Hannah. But yeah, man, Troy Isley, man, Troy Isley really did Hannah Scandalous in the fight, though. Fuck how I did him in a video, man. How you do him in a fight, man? Troy Isley looked good, man. It was business as usual, man. He in the second round, he knocked Hannah down with a jab to the body, man. In the second round, he knocked, like I said, with a jab. Then he finished him off with a straight right hand to the body in the second round, giving a TKO for Troy Isley. Second round TKO for Troy Isley with a body blow, man. Troy Isley, he advances to 5-0 with 3 KOs. Troy Isley, he's a dog, man. Like I said, he's a 2020 Olympian, and he's not disappointing at all. I feel like he's going under the radar. As he said, he feel like he's going under the radar. You know, if we was talking about him and all these other star prospects, you know, he feel like he's not getting talked about enough. And I'll second that, man. But going under the radar is cool, man. You know, once you get to the top, you can say, hey, nobody believed in me. I did it all by myself, all that shit, you know, all that. But yeah, man, Troy Isley, man, he's the truth, man. He does everything well in there. He's a dog. He's aggressive. I like Troy Isley a lot. Pause. Sky's the limit. Let's get to the next fight on the card. It was a 135-pound fight. Lightweight, if you didn't know. It was an 8-round contest between Raymond Mortala and Jeremy Hill. Raymond Mortala was 13-0 with 11 KOs. Jeremy Hill was 16-2 with 11 KOs. In the first round, Mortala dropped Hill with a nasty right hand, with a straight right hand. Actually, he didn't drop him. I'm sorry, he didn't drop him. It looked like he dropped him. He hit that nigga so hard, man. He looked like he did the old school drop, but his knee didn't hit the ground. Then he came back up. You remember the drop, old school drop? He came back up. It was like, oh, his knee didn't hit the ground. Like, damn, you sure? He got hit hella hard. He went hella low too, and he bounced back up, but he didn't get dropped. He just got hit with a hard ass right hand. Mortala's trainer actually is Roberto Garcia, which I didn't know. He's a prestigious boxing trainer. If you don't know Roberto Garcia, do your homework. But yeah, Mortala, he hits hard, man. Robert Garcia was basically saying he everybody he spars with in the gym, man, they tell him about his power. Like, man, this guy, he hits hard, Rob. Man, yeah. But yeah, man. Nonetheless, Mortala KO'd Hill in the third round with a nasty left uppercut right hand combo. With a sorry about that. Left uppercut right hook combo. Man, yeah, man, it was a nasty. He put that boy to sleep in front of all them people. He was out cold. Oh my God. It was ugly. Third round KO for Raymond Mortala. He's another problem at 135 pounds. Oh my boy. That's gonna be a big money division in the future. 135 pounds, man. Look out for that weight class, man. But nonetheless, man, good job, Raymond Mortala. Putting Jeremy Hill to sleep in front of all those people and advancing to 14-0, 12 KOs. All right, let's get into the ESPN portion of the broadcast. We're gonna get into Nico Ali Walsh was a 4-round contest at middleweight. Middleweight is 160 pounds, if you didn't know. All right, Nico Ali Walsh, he was 4-0 with 3 KOs. He was going against Alejandro Ibarra, yeah, shit, whatever, who was 7-1 with 2 KOs. I shouldn't even try to say his name because Nico didn't give him a chance. I shouldn't have gave him a chance. I should have gave him a chance. Man, it was a 1st-round KO for Nico Ali Walsh, man. He hit him with a nasty overhand right. Well, he hit him with a nice jab first, then he hit him with an overhand right. So I guess you should say it was a combo. He hit him with a nasty little combo. Yeah, man. Put him on his ass. Nico Ali Walsh, man, he's improving dramatically. I'm starting to fuck with dude now. At first, like, you know, in my pre-fight video, what I was saying, he was a mascot and it was a circus and all that shit. Man, take that back. He took the words, you know. Man, he made me eat my words. He looking like a boxer, man. He looking good, man. Hey, you keep like this, you're gonna make your grandfather proud. Mark my words. But yeah, like I said, man, it was a nasty KO for Nico Ali Walsh. He's getting better, man, but he got a long way to go, but he looks game. You know, he looks like he's ready to go for it. 1st-round KO for Nico Ali Walsh. He advances to 5-0 with 4 KOs. Good job, Nico Ali Walsh. Make your grandson, your mom, and your dad proud. Your auntie too, Layla. All right, let's get into the next fight on the card, which was a 6-round contest at junior welterweight. Junior welterweight is 140 pounds, if you didn't know. It was between Keyshawn Davis and Esteban Sanchez. Keyshawn Davis was 4-0 with 3 KOs. Esteban Sanchez was 18-1 with 8 KOs. This was a step-up fight. Was supposedly supposed to be a step-up fight for Keyshawn Davis. As you see, he's 4-0. He's fighting a fighter who was 18-1. So, yeah, man, it was supposed to be a step-up fight, but, yeah, it wasn't. Keyshawn looked like Keyshawn, man. Making his opponent look, you know, okay. But, yeah, man, he was making his opponent miss, man. He was landing some shit. He was showing great athleticism in there. He was doing everything well. Keyshawn does everything well. He was going to the body. He was going to the head. He was showing patience. He was using great, he was using a jab. He was using great distance. He did everything well, man. Keyshawn Davis is the fucking truth, man. At junior welterweight, I feel like he's the future of boxing, man. And I feel like he arrived last night with only 4 fights, man. He showed you, man. Hey, I got 4 fights, but don't let that fool you, man. I'm finna be beating these niggas' ass. And that's what he did, man. He beat the hell out of Esteban Sanchez. He ended up stopping him in the 6th round after hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink. The ref stopped the fight. And, yeah, man. That gave Keyshawn Davis the TKO win, the 6th round TKO win, advancing his record to 5-0 with 4 KOs. Esteban Sanchez dropped it to 18-2 with 8 KOs. But yeah, man. Nonetheless, it was a good job for Keyshawn Davis putting on, man, and Nico Ali Walsh. But yeah, man, let's get into the main event. The reason why everybody came last night, the reason why I watched, the reason why I'm doing, man, the reason boxing finna be back on the map, man. Motherfucking Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. It was last night, as I stated, in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. ESPN Plus card. It was a 12-round contest at junior lightweight. Junior lightweight is 130 pounds, if you didn't know. It's for the WBO and WBC junior lightweight championship belts of the world. Yeah, like I said, hold on. I gotta get ready for this. All right. Like I said, hold on one more time. Gotta set the mood. Like I said, though, it was between Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez. Shakur Stevenson was 17-0 with 9 KOs. Oscar Valdez was 30-0 with 23 KOs. Both guys champions. Shakur Stevenson came out to NBA Youngboy and the baby. Hit. He was coming up like that. Coming out to, what did you just? Did Jay Prince just fire this nigga Keys or something like that? And after they stole his car and gave it to him, NBA Youngboy flashed on Jay Prince. Nigga, I don't want the keys. Nigga, I don't want. You was sitting there with him. I'm like, I don't know. But that just go to show Shakur Stevenson maturity level. Like, I ain't tripping on that shit, man. And here's Olive Branch, man. I still fuck with you, man. I love your music, man. Hit. I finna hit this boy. But yeah, he came out to NBA Youngboy and the baby. The baby actually was there to walk him out. But yeah, it was a majority. Hold on. It was a majority Mexican crowd last night, so they didn't really give a fuck about that. They was there for Oscar, man. They was booing Shakur from the start. Yeah, it was booing Shakur from the start, going for Oscar. Of course, I didn't know. Well, I did know. Eddie Reynoso was Oscar Valdez trainer, which is Canelo Alvarez trainer. He's a prestigious boxing trainer. But yeah, man, let's get into the fight. Round 1, Oscar was looking kind of wild and out of control. But he did land one left hook at the end of the round. That was the only punch he landed all round though. Other than that, he was getting outclassed. So I give that round to Shakur. Round 2. Good job of hitting and not getting hit by Shakur Stevenson. Which is what he does. So I gave round 2 to Shakur Stevenson. Round 3, it was another round for Stevenson. In my opinion, just in my opinion, Oscar Valdez actually landed the most punches on Shakur Stevenson that's been landed in his career in a round, which was 15 punches. So they, the announcers and everybody was saying that Oscar Valdez won that round. But just because somebody landed 15 punches, that don't mean they won a round. Come on, man. I feel like Shakur Stevenson was putting on a boxing masterclass the whole fight, man. And that round was no exception. But I'm not going to be biased. Let's give that round to Oscar. But I gave it to Shakur. All right. The 4th round, Shakur landed some nice lead punches and jabs to the body. He was picking up his offense. He was looking a little better offensively. I gave that round to Shakur Stevenson. The 5th round, you could tell Shakur was in there getting comfortable, starting to, find his rhythm. And Oscar wasn't throwing enough punches, man. He started to shell up. I started to see him starting to shell up. So I gave the 5th round to Shakur Stevenson. In the 6th round, it was an 8-10 round for Shakur. Shakur actually knocked down Oscar with a check left hook. Oscar said it was a slip, but looked like he was off balance a little bit, and he got checked with that left hook, and he went down. So that was an 8-10 round for Shakur. The 7th round was another round for Shakur, in my opinion, of doing a good job of hitting and not getting hit. Boxing, man, just boxing. That's what he does. 8th round, more the same. Shakur doing what he does. Boxing, man. 8th round, I feel like, yeah, man. Up to that point, Oscar had only won 1 round. So after that round, man, you need a knockout to win. That's what, that's what I was thinking. Oscar, you need a knockout. In the 9th round, Shakur was beating the hell out of Oscar, man. Which led me to feel like, think like, hey, Shakur, could you get him out of here before the end of the fight, man? In spectacular fashion. And just get him out of here, man, because he was looking like he was ready to go if Shakur just stepped on the gas. So I gave that round to Shakur, too. In the 10th round, it was another round for Shakur. Maybe, just maybe, you could have gave that round to Oscar Valdez. Oscar, he had some nice little counter punches and lead punches in that round. Yeah, but I gave it to Shakur, but yeah, you can give it to Valdez. On the 11th round, Shakur, yeah, more the same, beating the hell out of Valdez. Yeah, the fight was a clean sweep in my opinion. And in the 12th round, more of the same. Boxing masterclass for Shakur Stevenson. In my opinion, Oscar Valdez didn't win one round. If I'm not being biased, and if I'm not being biased at all. He didn't win one round, but if I want to, make an argument, I could say Oscar Valdez won 2 rounds in the fight, man. But the judges end up giving it. Shakur Stevenson won the fight. The judges had it. One judge having it 117, 110, and the other 2 judges having it 118 to 109 for your winner by unanimous decision, Shakur Stevenson. So yeah, man. Like I was saying, one judge had Oscar winning 3 rounds, and the other 2 judges had Oscar winning 2 rounds. But I had Shakur winning every round. But nonetheless, it was a good showing from both fighters, man. Like I said, you can't play boxing. Anybody in there going to put their life on the line, I respect them. I respect Oscar, man. He didn't make it easy for Shakur, but Shakur makes everything look easy. He's the fucking truth, man. I feel like he's the upper echelon of the young lions, who's on the rise. I feel like he's the best at 130. He said he don't know if he's gonna go for the other belts at 130 or go up to 135 now. Where the big money fights are at 135 pounds, man. You go up to 135 pounds, I feel like he's gonna dominate everybody in the division. I'm not gonna say dominate, but he's not gonna lose. He's gonna win every fight, in my opinion. I feel like he's the best, man. He's the best out of all them guys at 135. You name him, he'll beat him, in my opinion. But nonetheless, man, it was a good showing from all the fighters I talked about on this video, man. Like I said, you can't play boxing. Good job, all fighters. Even if you got knocked the fuck out, good job. It took some cojones to get in that ring, man. And even for the ladies, it took, some bravado to get in that ring. But yeah, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, people. Rob's World of Boxing. Yeah.